Hello and thanks for joining me, your sports pilot James Murray, and another beautiful edition of Sport Vibe on DNT World. We'll bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sport every Tuesday, like it's our tradition to do. And this week won't be an exception. So I would implore you to please stay tuned because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back, and starting from the world of tennis, definitely is no news that the Australian Open has come to an end, but an interesting one coming from that particular competition is that Jannik was able to win the Australian Open in the women's category for the second time. She has been able to do it, successfully defending her title, and was able to win it in the year 2024 after being able to win it in the year 2023. And Jannik doing an exciting and a great one in the world of tennis, particularly in the Australian Open. And in the men's category of the Australian Open, we witnessed so many dramas in that particular category, where Jannik Sinner was able to win the Australian Open, defeating Daniil Medvedev in the finals of the Australian Open. It was a wonderful one for Jannik Sinner, who also defeated Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals of the Australian Open. He dominated Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals of that particular competition and was able to make it to the first final of a major title, and thus not just making it into the finals of the major title. Sinner was able to defeat the world number 3 Daniil Medvedev to secure his first major title in the world of tennis. Sinner doing well and becomes an Italian player to win the Australian Open. Quite an interesting one for that young personality. He's just 22 years, and could this be another new era for Jannik Sinner in the world of tennis, and also for the record purpose in the mix of the likes of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. He becomes the first person apart from these three to win the Australian Open for the first time since the year 2014. So many records attached to the Australian Open that was just concluded in Australia, and an interesting one also where we move down to the world of darts to talk about Luke, who was denied the second time in the finals of the Dutch Master. He was defeated by Michael van Gerwen in the finals of the Dutch Master, and this means for the second time Luke has been denied a major trophy in the world of darts. He is now 17 years old, and let's see if he will be able to perform very well in the world of darts. Definitely the darts Premier League will be taking place next month, and let's see if he will be able to bounce back or probably top the group in the Premier League when it comes to the world of darts. Definitely Luke is doing well and doing surpassing his age in the world of that. And also quickly, let's move down to the world of football. We'll bring you an interesting one and some shocking news in the world of football. We'll start from the one of Jurgen Klopp, who has announced that he will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Jurgen Klopp has decided to leave Liverpool at the end of this particular season. Though Liverpool have the chance of winning 4 trophies already this season, they are still in the Europa League. They will be playing the finals of the Carabao Cup with Chelsea February 25. Will they be able to win that trophy to make it their 10th Carabao Cup when it comes to club football between them and Chelsea when it's February 25? Remember, in last competition in the year 2022, they were able to defeat Chelsea in the finals of the Carabao Cup. Will they be able to do the same thing this season and give Jurgen Klopp the sent forth he deserves in the world of football. Also, you remember that they are in the Premier League and they are in a favorable position of winning the Premier League this season. They are still in the Europa League and definitely still in the FA Cup this season. Will they be able to win all 4 trophies to give Jurgen Klopp the sent forth he deserves in the world of football? It will be an interesting one to watch how Liverpool will be ending this season in the Premier League, particularly as you know that Manchester City are back to their form and they have one of their catalysts back to the team when you talk about Kevin De Bruyne. And another interesting one again in the world of football, though it appears shocking, is that Xavi has decided that he will be leaving Barcelona also at the end of the season. What is wrong with Xavi? You think he is just being overrated? He might not just be the manager that Barcelona was hoping for. He was able to win a trophy in his first season with Barcelona, but things has not been going well with Xavi since the beginning of this season. You will remember that Barcelona was knocked out by Atletico Club in the Copa del Rey, and just some days after in the La Liga they were defeated by Villarreal 5-3. Is this enough reason for Xavi to decide to leave the La Liga and leave Barcelona? He's the legend of the club as a player, but as a coach he has done so many things for Barcelona. Could this be management issues? What are his reasons for leaving Barcelona? The club said he's tired. What is the reason for Xavi deciding to leave Barcelona as the manager at the end of the season? Is he running from responsibility? Though I think Barcelona should have sacked Xavi long time ago. But quickly, let's go on a very short break. And when we right back, we continue from where we stopped. Welcome back. Quite an interesting conversation we were having before the break, and starting from where we stopped, we talk about Manchester City defeating Tottenham Hotspur for the first time in the Tottenham Stadium. Remember that they have been undefeated in their stadium against Manchester City in their last 5 appearances, but in the 6th one Manchester City were able to defeat Tottenham Hotspur to proceed to the next round of the FA Cup. Quite an interesting one for the Pep Guardiola side, as Postecoglou would have been open to proceed to the next round of the competition, knowing fully well that their only way of winning a trophy this season is by winning the Premier League. They are out of the FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup. They are not playing any European competition and they are just in the Premier League. Will they be able to finish top 4 to go into the Champions League spots next season? Let's see what Postecoglou will be doing with the Tottenham team. And another good news for Tottenham, though Heung-min Son is away playing at the Asian Cup, or you know that James Maddison is back to the squad and he will be playing in the next Premier League match that will be taking place just a week away. And leaving the Premier League and also the European competition, we travel down to the soil of Africa, where we make our way to Ivory Coast and talk about the African Cup of Nations that is going on, where we saw Angola proceeding to the next round of the competition, where they were able to defeat Namibia 3-0. And for the record purpose, we know that this is the first time that Namibia will be making it into the knockout phase of the competition in the African Cup of Nations. Nigeria was able to defeat the indomitable Lions of Cameroon to proceed to the next round, and they will be facing Angola in the quarterfinals of that particular competition. Like you know, Ghana is out of the competition, Algeria are out of the competition, and just after the disappointing performance in the African Cup of Nations, these two nations decided to sack their manager. You won't blame them. You remember that Ghana has been able to win 4 African Cup of Nations and Algeria winning 2, sharing 6 African Cup of Nations between each other, and being eliminated at the group stage is a disappointing one for them. And another disappointing one when you talk about the African Cup of Nations is that Egypt has been eliminated from the African Cup of Nations by DR Congo. Quite a disappointing one for the Pharaohs. You remember that they have been able to win 7 African Cup of Nations, but on the quest of winning their 8th African Cup of Nations, they were upset by DR Congo, and this means that DR Congo will be proceeding to the quarter-finals of the competition where they will be facing Guinea. Remember, Guinea were able to defeat Guinea-Bissau 1-0 at the later end of that particular competition. So many interesting performances in the African Cup of Nations already. We will be winning the African Cup of Nations. It's not too late to start predicting. Do you think Nigeria will be able to win the African Cup of Nations? Flying high, the eagle in Ivory Coast this year. It will be an interesting one for Nigeria and for the likes of Victor Osimhen and Lookman, who made the difference in the round of 16. And also an interesting one talking about football is that Manchester United were able to squeeze out a win, winning the League 2 side. When you talk about Newport Country in the FA Cup, they have been able to proceed to the next FA Cup round, and let's see if they will be able to win that trophy. Remember that Manchester United continues to struggle under Eric Ten Hag. They were able to win that particular match 4-2, and you think they should be conceding at all against that sort of club. And also Andre Onana missed that particular match, giving the room for their second goalkeeper to make his debut in Manchester United. And this is the length at which we will be going on this week edition of Sport Vibe on DNT World. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media and like Sport Vibe on DNT World. Remain a law-abiding citizen, stay out of trouble, and please do well to click the subscription button and follow us across our various social media and enjoy your week. Thank you.